Welcome back to the Uranium Fever channel. In today's Fallout 76 video, we're taking a look at all the new food, drinks and recipes that are coming with Nuka-World On Tour and Season 11. Bringing 12 new food items, 9 new recipes, and 1 new Nuka-Cola flavour, most of the new items can be purchased from the vendor Betty, but each can be acquired in different ways, adding a variety of different buffs. Let's go through them all now. Special thanks to Cat Duchess Flame for working with me on this video. Data mining and compiling all this information, Cat produces some of the most detailed guides for Fallout 76, so I definitely recommend checking out her website where you can find these documented. Links are in the video description. Most of the food items can be purchased from the new Ghoul NPC Betty, with tradable recipes dropping from the Tunnel of Love event, but let's go through each of them now. Starting with Brahmin Burgers. If you want to cook up some yourself, you'll be needing to source 3 each of Brahmin meat, salt and wood. The recipe will drop as a reward from Tunnel of Love, and Betty does sell ready-made burgers as well. Pre-made burgers can also drop from all the events, with a 9% chance from each. You can also find these at a fixed spawn location in the Double the Beef trailer on the left hand side, with a total of 5 available. Next up we have Caramel Mutfruit. These cost 2 Mutfruit, 3 sugar and 3 wood, and again, the recipe is available from Tunnel of Love, but Betty does not sell these this time. You can get pre-made ones as a reward from all the events though, with 9% chance again. These do actually provide a buff as well. Taking a closer look, if you have the Herbivore mutation, then you'll gain 2 perception. 2.5 with the Stranger in Numbers perk also equipped, and 3.75 with the Live and Love Free magazine, mutation and perk card all equipped at the same time. The buff for this will last 30 minutes. 3 of these can also be found pre-made on the counter of Betty's trailer as well. Carnival Pie is up next. You'll need a fair few ingredients for this one. You'll be needing 3 each for melons, sugar, Myolurk eggs, boiled water and wood. This one has the complete set too, with the recipe available from Tunnel of Love, Betty sells them, and they'll drop from events as well. On top of this, the buffs this time are a base buff of 40 max HP, which is active for 60 minutes. At the eastern entrance of the park, a row of stalls includes a stall which actually has 3 pre-made pies for you to pick up. Next up we have fried Radroach on a stick, and this can be crafted with 3 Radroach meat, salt and wood. Same as previously, the recipe drops from Tunnel of Love. Betty will sell these as well, and the events will each drop one pre-made with a 9% chance from each event. This will provide an agility buff, which has a 3 base, 6 with the Carnival mutation, 7.5 with the perk cards equipped as well, and the mutation also. Now this last detail is interesting though. Backwoodsman 6 would buff this to 11.25, but currently this food item is missing the keyword meal type cooked, meaning it won't be buffed by the magazine, but it is possible that this might be updated. Looking for some ready-made fried Radroach? Then pick one up on the stall located here. Rad kebabs adorn the back wall, and you can find it where the arrow is pointing alongside the upcoming food items, which also include the fried scorpion on a stick. This one is 3 Radscorpion meat, 3 salt and 3 wood if you manage to get the recipe from Tunnel of Love, but you can of course get them from Betty, and the events will also drop them pre-made as well. The buff for this one is also the same as the previous item. I forgot to mention that both will actually last for 60 minutes. And yeah, you can find one left out at the same stall as the previous item. Gulper stuffed foot is next. Slightly more ingredients this time as well, with 2 Gulper meat, 3 cotton candy bites, 3 sugar and 3 wood. The recipe is from Tunnel of Love, Betty sells the feet and the events drop them as well. Buffs this time are strength based, so the base will be 2, the Carnivore mutation will give you 4, perk card and mutation 5, and Backwoodsman 6, buffing it to 7.5. It will also last for 60 minutes. And that food store from earlier, it also has a Gulper foot ready for consumption. Now, the Molerat Jerky differs from the others on this list, as you won't be able to craft it or buy it from Betty, with it available only from completing seismic activity, and this actually has a 100% chance to drop it as a reward from the event. The Nuka Bottle Dog is an interesting looking item. 2 Brahmin meat, 1 razor grain flour and 3 wood mean you can cook up your own with the recipe droppable from Tunnel of Love. Betty sells these as well, but you won't get them from drops as events this time. Both this and the next item share the same stats. boosting max HP and lasting for 30 minutes apiece. For the full buff of 112.50 max HP, you will need the Carnival Mutation, Stranger in Numbers perk card, and Backwoodsman 6. The fixed spawn location is a food cart between Most Wanted and the Nuka-Cade, which is where you'll find a single Nuka Bottle Dog. The Nuka-Dog is also a thing, and it's the same items if you want to make one for yourself. It's also the same way to get the recipe. Betty sells them, but the Nuka-Dog can drop pre-made from other events. The buffs are identical again. The fixed spawn, however, is not the same, as it's another food cart this time near the food stalls row located where the arrow is pointing. The Radscorpion Kebab is up next. You'll need 3 apiece for Radscorpion meat, salt and wood. The recipe will drop from Tunnel of Love, and you can buy them pre-made from Betty or as a 9% drop from each event. Energy resistance is the boost this time around, with the buff multiplying to 131.23 energy resistance added if you have the Carnival Mutation, perk card equipped, and Backwoodsman 6. However, this is also currently not marked as meal type cooked, so if this remains the same, it will have a max of 87.50 energy resistance gained. It lasts for 60 minutes as well. And finally for food, we have the Yao Guai Pastry, and this is a really interesting looking item. 2 Yao Guai meat, 1 razor grain flour, and 3 wood is what goes into this thing. The recipe will drop from Tunnel of Love, and you can buy it pre-made from Betty, and it can be dropped pre-made from events as well. If you need to boost your carry weight, then this is the item for you. Same as before, the keyword meal type cooked is missing, so the max might be 75 with the Carnival Mutation and perk card, but if it's added then 112.50 carry weight will be achievable with the magazine also used. 3 of these tasty pastries are found next to Betty herself in the trailer on this table and bench. But that's not all though. Season 11 is also adding 2 candy machines. Both produce candy every 10 minutes with a max of 24 in each machine. In my previous video covering this, I did mention that the candy from both machines do exactly the same thing, but actually this isn't the case, as the Quantum Candy will actually buff your Charisma by 2 instead. So if you're a Fallout First subscriber, then you can pick up that machine too from the scoreboard if you're looking for a boost to Charisma as well. Finally, there's a single new drink being added, and that is Nuka-Cola Twist. This will buff 1 random special for 10 minutes. You can stack different specials, but not the same one once it's active. To stack, you will need the Nuka-Cola Nut perk card. But how do you get it? Well, the scoreboard item, the Mystery Machine, will actually produce these with a 34.5% chance each time you use it, and each event also has a 9% chance to drop it upon completion. You can buy them from the Park 2 at the Nuka-Cola vending machines, and another Season 11 reward, the Nuka Quantum Collectron, will also locate them for you too, although this has a 5% chance of finding them. But that brings us to the end of the new food and drinks items being added with Nuka-World On Tour in Season 11. What did you make of these new items? Anything in particular make you a bit peckish? Or perhaps make you lose your appetite entirely? Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this particular video, subscribing and turning on the bell icon is definitely the best way to stay up to date and ensure you don't miss another video. With that said, I am off. Thank you for watching and we will see you in the next one.